I want to create my own Game Boy Advance game or ROM hack, and I want to play it on a real GBA, so I need a flash card. But not a normal one, like the EZ Flash or EverDrive. Since I want to make it feel like an original Nintendo game, and because it's cheaper, we need a reproduction cartridge for the GBA, which can hold exactly one game without any fancy menus. As you may know, you can get cheap and relatively okay reproduction cartridges or flashcards from various sites like AliExpress, eBay, or even Amazon. They cost about $3 to $4 and are, at least from a distance, fairly convincing and regularly fool casual or new GBA enthusiasts into buying them at high prices. Therefore, they are perfect for playing my own game. But if you aren't completely new to this, you may know about a certain issue that these cheap flashcards have, and it is saving your game. In case you don't know about this, let me explain it briefly. There are 4 different kinds of memory that the original GBA games use to store their save file: Flash, FRAM, EPROM, and lastly, SRAM. The first 3 are non-volatile memory, meaning that the data stored on this kind of memory will be persistent and continue to exist even after turning off the power of your system. SRAM, on the other hand, is volatile memory. Once SRAM is out of power, it will forget all of your data forever. To prevent this from happening, the original games using SRAM have small batteries installed in them, which provide the memory with power, even when your GBA is turned off. To save costs, I assume, the reproduction manufacturers have decided to use SRAM memory on most of the cartridges you can buy. But they went one step further to lower their production costs even more. They have found a way to save the game on a cartridge with SRAM without even needing a battery. To do this, they have developed patches, which allow the games to save directly to the chip containing the ROM file, instead of writing to the SRAM. This would not be possible on original Nintendo cartridges, because as the name suggests, the ROM is read-only memory. But since reproduction cartridges use a different kind of memory, they cannot only be read, but also written to. That's why we can flash our own ROMs onto reproduction cartridges. I am going to show you how you can patch your own projects or any ROM file, including ROM hacks, to save on a reproduction cartridge without a battery. Let's begin. You are going to need these items to follow along: a GBA reproduction cartridge, a card flasher, I'm using the Joey Jr. V2 by Ben Venn, and 2 programs, the GBA Tool Advance and the GBA auto-batteryless-patcher. The links to these tools can be found in the video description, but I'm going to show you how to download and use these anyways. Follow the link in the description to download GBA Tool Advance. Unpack the zip file and start the program. We can now see some information about our game. Most importantly, the save type. This tells us which memory type this game uses. If it does not say SRAM already, you will have to go over to the SRAM Patcher tab. We must make sure that our game saves to SRAM. Select a good location for your game file to be saved to, give it a nice name, and click Patch. This creates a copy of your game that has been modified to use SRAM to store its save file. Next, we have to run GBA auto-batteryless to modify our game once more. You can download version 0.4.1 using the link in the video description, or go to the official GitHub repository and find the newest version on the releases page. This program will automatically generate and apply a patch, which lets the game bypass the SRAM and save directly to the ROM. To do this, either run the tool using the command prompt and pass the path to your ROM file, or simply drag and drop your ROM file onto the exe in the File Explorer. This will open a prompt asking you to choose between an auto-save mode and a keypad trigger mode. The auto mode is recommended. This mode saves your game whenever the game decides that it's time to save. In Pokemon games, for example, this would happen after opening the menu and selecting the save option. This will cause your game to freeze for a couple of seconds until the save has been written to the ROM. Since some games implement auto-saving and would therefore freeze unexpectedly and frequently, you may try the keypad trigger mode for these games. To save using the keypad trigger, press the L, R, Start and Select button at the same time. Type 0, select the auto mode and hit Enter. Once the program writes "Patched successfully" to the console, you may close the window. Now that our game has been patched, we can simply flash it to our reproduction cartridge. Using the Joey Jr. V2 by Ben Venn, I just have to connect the game to my PC, drag and drop the ROM file into the Ben Venn directory, and wait for a few seconds. I am not sponsored, by the way. That's it, now we can try it out. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. Activate the bell so you don't miss any new videos. In case you encounter any issues, you just want to ask some questions or leave some feedback, please leave a comment beneath the video. Many thanks to Metroid Maniac for creating the GBA Auto Battery Patcher. A link to the official GitHub repository containing additional documentation, the newest version, and the source code of the app can be found in the video description.